Good afternoon, Mr. Feigelson. Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. We'll start with the people of the state of Michigan versus Sakeem Clark Jackson. Counsel appearance.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jackson.
Okay, and you, Mr. Sakeem Clark Jackson, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, today is the date and the time that's set for an arraignment. I have a misdemeanor complaint here. It alleges that on or about August 11th, 2023, at the area of 6740 Millstream Lane, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you did allegedly contrary to law commit the act in count 1 of domestic violence. The allegation is that you made an assault or assault and battery upon a Monica Sina, an individual with whom you had a child in common and or resident or former resident of your household and or an individual with whom you had a dating relationship, that this was done contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.812. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual. This is a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. You understand the charge and the maximum penalty attached?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You have the right to be represented by counsel. Mr. Feigelson is representing you today for the purpose of your arraignment only, but you have the right to have an attorney with you to represent you at each stage of the criminal prosecution, and you have the right to have an attorney represent you if you're questioned by law enforcement. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defender's office represent you at the expense of the public. Do you understand your right to counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say, anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty. You can plead not guilty, or you can stand mute. If you stand mute, this matter will proceed to a trial. You have the right to a jury trial, and you have the right to have jury. You have the right at the time of your jury trial to have the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses that are brought by the prosecution to court against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to testify on your behalf at trial and to further present evidence that furthers the defense to any of the charges being brought against you. Do you understand those rights so far?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. And you have the right to have the prosecution prove each element of the charge of domestic violence beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Do you have any questions about any of your rights so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is he requesting court-appointed counsel? Mr. Feigelson?
Can you hear me? Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And then for the purposes of his arraignment, is he entering a plea of not guilty?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Okay. Court will enter that plea at this time. And Mr. Jackson, you're currently scheduled for a pretrial conference before Judge Stacia Buchanan. It's going to be on August 29th at 10 o'clock in the morning. Did you get a copy of the notice to appear?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you can appear via Zoom, or you can appear in person. If you're going to appear via Zoom, you should have received a copy of Judge Buchanan's Zoom instructions with your notice to appear. And you just need to appear in with a video in a form appropriate for a court proceeding, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
Neither.
Okay. Are you employed?
Yes, full-time.
You said part-time?
Full-time.
Full-time, where are you employed?
American Plumbing Contractors.
What's your home address?
My home address is 6740 Millstream Lane.
Okay, and that's the address of Montecito?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not gonna be allowed to stay there during the pendency of this matter. So where are you gonna be residing during this
My,
proceeding?
my grandma's house on Eden Rapids Highway.
Okay, do you know the full address?
I do not know the full address. She just recently moved.
What's your phone number?
517-388-7132.
Counsel, you can address bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jackson is employed as a plumber, Your Honor. He's been working as a plumber for some time now, Your Honor. He has no prior criminal history. He did go to Everett, born and raised here in Lansing. Given all that, I'd ask for a PR bond this morning or a low cast surety bond.
Bond will be set in the amount of $500 personal recognizance. While on bond, you have the following conditions, sir. You're not to be within 1,500 feet of wherever Monica Sina lives, works, or goes to school, okay?
Okay.
You're not to be at the address of 6740 Millstream Lane. You are allowed to go once with law enforcement to obtain some personal belongings, okay?
Okay.
You're not to have contact directly or indirectly with Monica Sina. You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to cause anybody or third party to have contact with Ms. Sina on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. The only no contact question I have is I am supposed to be putting her through an eviction process today. Today was the 30 days for me to put that in. So would I be able to still go through with that eviction process or?
Okay, so you would need to file your eviction with the court. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, you can't file an eviction today. You would have to do it when the court is open. You can file your eviction and then you're talking about having her served with the eviction?
I've already served her with the eviction. Today is the last of the 30 days to now where I have to go and put it in court.
But I think what he's saying is there was
You served it with a notice to quit, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so now you gotta get a summons and then she has to be served with the summons.
Yes.
So you can't serve her directly. You understand that?
yes.
Okay, so you can get a process server to do any or handle any service issues that you have. That's the only third party contact you would be allowed at this time, okay?
All right.
Okay, and so let's see. Also, while out on bond, you're not to use, purchase, or possess drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to make sure you appear to all of your court dates on time. Let's see. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, 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 ma'am.
Okay, I did note here in the file that you are in the middle of a eviction proceeding and that you were going to have her served by a third party for the purposes of that eviction proceeding. Any additional matters for the record today, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Quaterius Darshan Barnett. Okay, Mr. Barnett, that's your name, Quaterius Barnett? Did I say that
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
Counsel appearance.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Barnett for purposes of arraignment this morning.
Mr. Barnett, today's the date set for arraignment. I have a felony complaint here and alleges that on or about August 11, 2023, at the area of West Willow and Norwood Ave, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you did allegedly, contrary to law, commit the act in count 1 of weapons carrying concealed. The allegation is that you did carry a dangerous weapon, that being a pistol, whether concealed or otherwise, in a vehicle operated or occupied by said defendant, that being a BMW, contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.227. That's a felony with a maximum penalty being 5 years or $2,500 in fines, and the mandatory forfeiture of the weapon or device is required under MCL 750.239. Do you understand the charge read in count 1 and the maximum penalty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have the right to be represented by counsel, and Mr. Feigelson is here to represent you only for your arraignment. You have the right to have an attorney represent you throughout the pendency of this criminal prosecution. You also have the right to have an attorney with you to represent you if you're questioned by law enforcement. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defender's office represent you at the expense of the public. Do you understand that right to counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. So anything you say and anything that you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty. You can plead not guilty, or you can stand mute. If you stand mute, this matter will proceed all the way through to the trial. You have the right to have a preliminary examination in this matter because you are being charged with a felony. You have the right to have that preliminary examination within 21 days of today's date being the date of your arraignment. At the time of the preliminary examination, you have the right to have the prosecution meet their burden of establishing that they have sufficient probable cause that a crime was committed, and then probable cause sufficient to charge you with the crime. Do you understand your right so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have a right to have a jury trial in this matter, and at the time of trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to cross-examine and confront any witness in court that the prosecution intends to call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to court to testify on your behalf, or to present evidence that you believe further defense to the charge being brought against you. And then you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. And you have the right to require the prosecution to prove each element of the charge of CCW beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Do you understand each of those rights? And do you have any questions about those rights?
Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. No questions.
Okay, very good. We're currently scheduled for a probable cause conference before Judge Stacia Buchanan, August 25th, 2023 at 8:30 in the morning. And then you have a preliminary examination before Judge Buchanan in person at the court, it's going to be September 1st, 2023 at 8:30. You can appear for your probable cause conference via Zoom, but your preliminary examination is going to be held in person, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get a copy of your notice to appear? And did you get a copy of her Zoom instructions?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he requesting court appointed counsel?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will also enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf at this time. Are you currently employed?
No, ma'am.
What's your home address?
1230 Glen Street.
And what is your phone number?
517-703-7127.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No, ma'am.
Are you out on bond or any other matter?
What was
Sir,
that?
are you currently
What
on
was that?
bond on anything else? Are you currently on bond on another matter?
No, ma'am.
Okay, sounds good. Counsel, you can address bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brennan has no prior felonies. He does have some misdemeanors in the past, Your Honor. He is from the Lansing area originally. I'd ask that all be factored into on a bond today, Your Honor. I'd ask for a PR bond or a low cast surety bond today, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bond will be set in the amount of $1,000 personal recognizance. While out on bond, you have the following conditions. You need to make sure you report to all of your future court dates. You're not to use, purchase, or possess drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court. You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and you need to report to pretrial services within 48 hours of your release, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set, sir. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Devon Denique Somerville Williams. Counsel appearance.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Somerville Williams this morning.
Okay, Mr. Devon Somerville Williams, today's the date and time set for an arraignment. I have a misdemeanor complaint here. It alleges that on or about August 11th, 2023, at the area of 1601 South Cedar, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you did allegedly, contrary to law, commit the act in count 1 of aggravated assault. The allegation is that you did make an assault without being armed with a weapon upon a Maurice Somerville and did inflict a serious or aggravated injury upon said person, but without intending to commit the crime of murder or to inflict great bodily harm less than the crime of murder, and that this was contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.81A. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual. This is a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 1 year in jail and or $1,000 in fines, and a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Do you understand the charge read there and the maximum penalty, Mr. Somerville Williams?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You have the right to be represented by counsel. Mr. Feigelson is representing you today only for your arraignment, and you have the right to have an attorney represent you throughout the entire pendency of the criminal prosecution, and you have the right to have an attorney represent you if you're questioned by law enforcement. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defender's office represent you at the expense of the public, okay?
Okay, understood, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Do you
He is
so you
seeking
understand your-
court-appointed counsel, Your Honor.
Very, thank you. And then you also have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. You can plead guilty, you can plead not guilty, or you can stand mute. If you stand mute, this matter will proceed to a trial. You have the right to jury trial. At the time of jury trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent, sir, until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at trial by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you have any questions so far about your rights?
No, ma'am.
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses the prosecution calls against you in court. You have the right to call your own witnesses at trial to present evidence and testimony to support your defense to the allegation being brought against you. And then you have the right to require the prosecution prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You currently are scheduled for a pretrial conference before Judge Cynthia Ward. It's going to be via Zoom, or you can appear in person, August 28th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. Did you get a copy of the notice to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is that?
Neogen.
And what's your home address?
The one on file where the incident occurred.
On South Cedar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that also the address of Marie Somerville?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what's your phone number?
517-410-0602.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No, ma'am.
For the purposes of his arraignment, the court will enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf, okay, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever missed court in the past?
No, ma'am.
You can address bond, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Somerville Williams does have a prior felony, Your Honor, and a prior DV, but otherwise he's got a clean history. He's always appeared before court. Went to Saxton's from here in Lansing, Your Honor, is employed. I'd ask for PR bond this afternoon.
Bond is set in the amount of 1,000 personal recognizance with a no contact order and protection for the protection of the alleged victim, Marie Somerville. You're not to be within 1,500 feet of wherever Marie Somerville is, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're not to have contact directly or indirectly with Marie Somerville. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court. You're not to use, purchase, or possess drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription. You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You need to report to all of your future court dates. Do you have any questions about your bond conditions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record today, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Somerville Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I only have 3 files. Is that all we have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Have a good one.